All right, let's go ahead and jump right into these weekly setups for this upcoming week. As you see, we have 5 that I will be looking at, and majority of them are sells again. Now, 2 of them are pretty tricky. I mean, not tricky, but we're just gonna have to watch and see what happens. GBPCHF is one of them. Starting off on the weekly, we are bearish, as you see here. We jump down to the daily. We are bearish as well. This is how we look, right? So as far as the area of interest, we have this first one that I'm looking at, which is right here in this area. As you see, we have multiple touches all throughout this area. Looks like price was just ranging for a little before I ended up breaking out and then coming back down. But as you see, multiple touches all throughout this area. So that's the first area of interest. The second one is right above it, as you can see. Now that's on the daily. The weekly, there is one there. We do have 3 touches, 1, 2, and 3. So you could count that as a weekly and daily area of interest. As far as the top one, same thing, 1 touch, 2 touch, 3. And then if we go down to the daily, and we can see the same thing, 1 touch, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? Very strong level. So for GBPCHF, what I'll be looking for is just to see how price reacts when it gets in here, if it gets in here. If we get a close into this area of interest, then I may look to take an entry. But if we push through it, and let's say we close more up here, then I'll just be looking for price to get back to this area of interest to then look for entry there. Really nothing crazy. Again, this is one that we're just gonna have to wait and see. As far as my targets, I would say I'll definitely be paying attention to this level here just because it's had 2 big bounces from it. But my next level would be, and this is for my take profit, next level will probably be down here. So I'm hoping it comes back up here because the risk to reward will be better, right? 137 pips compared to 72 pips, which 72 pips with a good lot size isn't crazy. But we do have the EMA above price on the daily, which is good. We do have the EMA above price on the weekly, which is also good. So we do have confluences to go short. So that's why GBPCHF is definitely one that's going to be on my radar. Next one is AUDCHF. Now this one I had pointed out last week, same area of interest, 1 touch, 2, 3, 4. Price is bearish, as you can see. Lower high, lower low. This is on the weekly. If we jump down to the daily, price is still bearish. Lower low, lower high. But all I'm looking for is for price to close under this area of interest, then come back, give me a retest, another close in it. And then on this next day is when I'll look for it to continue. Hopefully we could get it. We got some good momentum to push us down towards the end of last week. Looks like it's respecting this EMA as well. And we still have the weekly EMA up here. So I like this one as well. Now, again, as I mentioned last week, seems like every time we get into this level, we get a bounce up. So we just got to be aware of that. I'm not going to call the bottom, so I'm not going to say price is automatically going to come back down here and then bounce back up. We don't know what price could do. All we're going to do is react and take the trade if it presents itself. But that's how I'm looking, or that's how AUDCHF is looking. Next one is GBPJPY. Now here we are bullish on the weekly, which is all good because the daily and the 4-hour are bearish as well. Or excuse me, are bearish. So this is how we look on the daily. This is the lower low. This is the lower high. This area of interest, 1 touch, 2 touch, 3, 4, 5, 6. Strong area of interest. Price ended up going bearish right here. So what I'll be expecting is just a pull back into the zone for then price to continue down. If you guys watch every single best setups, then y'all should already have all this in your head, right? Because I say the same exact thing. I don't say anything different. I'm waiting for price to come back, close into my area of interest, and then on this next day, either get something like that, or if it wants to give us a doji and then a push down, that's fine as well, right? We'll have the daily EMA helping price push it down as a confluence. Although the weekly EMA is here, not worried about it. Always got to remember it's a lagging indicator, so price could still shoot down on this next week, because I'm focusing mainly on market structure. Oh wait, I didn't even show you the 4 hour. 4 hour is bearish as well. This is the lower high and this is the lower low. Now if price comes and closes above for some reason, of course, can't take the trade anymore because we don't have 2 time frames in sync. But that's if it does that. And is this a weekly area of interest? No, just a daily area of interest on GBPJPY. But my targets would definitely be I'll say probably I'll put an alert here, but I think we could break that easily. So yeah, I think we could break that easily. I mean, who knows how far GBPJPY will go? It already had this huge move last week, so price could just be looking to continue that for the upcoming week. But that's what I'm looking at on GBPJPY. And this is CHFJPY. I actually don't know if I've ever taken a trade on this pair, but let's jump to the weekly, see how we're looking. Depending on how you want to count this candle, this red candle, it's up to you. You could say it's bearish, you could say it's bullish, but it doesn't matter because we have the daily and the 4 hour in sync. So this one is up to you, but the daily and the 4 hour are both bearish. This is the lower high. This is the lower low. Right? This area of interest has 1 touch, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So valid area of interest on the daily. And the 4 hour is bearish, as I mentioned. Lower high, lower low. So this one's simple, just like everything else that we take, everything else I look for price to close into this area of interest on the daily. And then next day I'll be looking for entry to continue to sell, or to continue to look for price to sell. Simple. This area of interest, I'm not worried about it because we already retested it, right? As I always mention, once price goes bearish, I'm looking for a retest, just like it did here, and then it continued down. So that's all I'm looking for on the same thing. Nothing crazy. And I don't think this was no, it's not a weekly one. So just a daily one, but it's good enough. And then EURGBP, I don't think this one will play out this week just because it's pretty far away from the area of interest that I have lined up. But you see here on the weekly, we did go bullish, which is great. Higher high, higher low. On the daily, this is how we look. Same higher high. Higher low is, let me see. You could either put your higher low here or here. It's up to you. When it first broke above, the 4 hour was bullish as well, as you can see. So I was first looking to see if it would come back and retest this on the daily, but it didn't end up doing that. Price just ended up pushing up. So if we don't see this, price come back, close into this area of interest, give us an entry at this strong area of interest, 1 touch, 2, 3, 4, 5. If we don't see that, then I'll be expecting price to come down to here and then do the same thing. 1 touch, 2 touch, 3, 4, 5, 6, right? 7, 8, if you want to count those. So 2 areas of interest that are valid. Weekly, daily, and 4 hour are in sync. So all we got to do is wait, see how price plays out. And then again, if price gives us an entry, then we go ahead and hop in that. But this one was a quick one. I know I'm not feeling too well, so I just want to go ahead and get this out the way. But I hope you guys are enjoying the video. If you are, as always, be sure to like, comment, subscribe. Let me know down in the comments, and be sure to check out all the links down below. Hope y'all have a great week, and let's make some money this week.